Hey guys, it's almost Valentine's Day, so love is in the air, right? So I wanted to share some movies with you, and these are all horror flicks that kind of take place in or around Valentine's Day. And then I've also got some honorable mentions I want to show at the end. They're just movies that kind of deal with romance and stuff in general that are definitely great horror watches for Valentine's Day as well. But I'm not going to spend a lot of time on each of these. Just want to give you a quick list of films that I recommend that you check out during Valentine's Day. So let's dive into it. All right, guys, these are in no particular order. I'm just going to I kind of grabbed them off the shelf, and I'm just going to go through them really quickly. We'll start here with a VHS, actually, because that's the only format that I had this film on, and I could be wrong, but as far as I know, maybe this is not on DVD. I know it's not on Blu-ray, but it might only have a VHS. But that is, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think it has a DVD, but this is Cupid. Okay, and there's going to be another film in here named Cupid as well. And there's the back of this one. And this is kind of it's more of a thriller than a horror, but I would put it in the horror genre for sure. But it has Zach Galligan in it. And you know, we're used to seeing him in a lot of different roles. You'll recognize him right off the bat, right? But I'm used to seeing him in like lots of different things, you know, where he's playing a different character. And in this, he's, you know, playing a very different character, and he does a great job as someone menacing. So definitely check that out. It also has Ashley Lawrence. Obviously, if you're a Hellraiser fan, you know where she's from, and I'm a big fan of hers. So definitely check it out for her as well. And then Mary Crosby. But it's a really good flick, good kind of suspenseful movie to watch on Valentine's Day, and it definitely directly deals with that, and I highly recommend checking this one out. You can get your hands on the VHS, I think, for pretty cheap. So next up here, a favorite of mine, it's on this Scream Factory double pack, and it is X-Ray. It's on here with the movie Schizoid, but you're looking for X-Ray. And X-Ray is a really interesting movie. It's kind of, you know, it goes to this, it all takes place in a hospital, and this lady, you know, kind of goes inside, and this killer is like stalking her through the hospital, basically. And I don't want to give anything else away, but there's some great, like, gory parts in this, some great murders. It's a great slasher flick, and it all has to do with and takes place on Valentine's Day. So definitely recommend checking out X-Ray, and I believe you can still get this one as well. But awesome flick, check it out. So next up here, this is my absolute favorite movie to watch on Valentine's Day. I remember seeing this in the theater back when it came out, and I believe that was 99 or 2000, 2001, I'm sorry. I saw this in the theater, and I liked it then, and I still love it. Watch it every year around Valentine's Day, and that is Valentine. And forever I had the Snapper Case DVD that a lot of you guys probably have or had as well. And then we got this awesome treatment from Scream Factory. I was so excited when this came out because I'm such a fan of this movie. But it has David Boreanaz, Denise Richards, Marley Shelton, Katherine Heigl, bunch of people in this movie. And there's that original artwork there. Love the killer's mask, but it's your classic slasher. It kind of is tongue-in-cheek in parts, and it even has some influences to me, and this is just something I always saw in it. The killer has a nosebleed in his mask, and it kind of has to do with, you know, when he's around these attractive women and stuff like that, and that's very Japanese if you're a fan of manga or anime or anything like that. So I think that it, you know, takes some lessons from that genre as well, which I thought was a really cool call out. And it's basically about this group of friends who are getting stalked by this killer. They're each receiving a Valentine card, and that kind of, when they receive that card, something bad's going to happen, and this killer goes after them kind of one at a time. And he's doing so for a reason that I don't want to spoil for you, but there is a reason behind why he has targeted these specific women as well. It has a great opening scene with Katherine Heigl that kicks the movie off in the right way. And just awesome movie full of good looking people. It's a lot of fun. It's great to watch, obviously, on Valentine's Day. So this movie doesn't necessarily take place on Valentine's Day, but I always kind of throw it in there. And it's called The Sinful Nuns of St. Valentine, and I have it on this Redemption DVD. And it's kind of a nunsploitation flick, but I've always dug this one. And if you're not into nunsploitation and stuff, you might not like it, but it's basically kind of an Italian film where there's a mother superior, you know, who's kind of abusing these girls who come through there. I'll just put it that way. So definitely a good one to watch around Valentine's Day as well if you're into that kind of thing. So next up here we have a movie that has always creeped me out, and you wouldn't think that this is classified as horror, but I definitely classify it as horror because it is just eerie and creepy and unexplained, and I don't know, there's just something about this movie, the music, the way it's filmed. But it's a film by Peter Weir, who I love that director. He directed things like Witness and films like that, and it is called Picnic at Hanging Rock, and this is an amazing big old edition from Criterion of the movie, and this one's still in print. I don't know if this set is, but they have like a single release Blu-ray of it. But this movie is basically it's I believe a play or a book. It was a novel, and it's a big part of Australian cinema. Peter Weir is an Australian director, and it was all directed and produced over in Australia. And it was based on this novel about these girls who kind of go missing, and it's unexplained. It's unexplained to this day, kind of a thing. But the way it's filmed, and again, I can't describe the atmosphere and how eerie this movie is, but it does take place on Valentine's Day while they're going on this kind of Valentine's Day outing, and something sinister happens. So check this movie out. It's slow paced. It's atmospheric. It's not for everybody, but I highly recommend it. I'm a huge fan of the movie, so really good stuff. This one I actually just watched last night. It is an absolute classic, and that is My Bloody Valentine. Another one that finally got the proper treatment from Scream Factory. Thank you. This has the uncut version on it with all the gore and stuff like that. It's amazing. This has always been one of my favorite slasher movies. I love the way the killer looks. I love the story. It's simplistic, but not. It's really good. And it's well directed and well shot. Like, the movie looks really good. It's acted really well. I like this film, and I think it's a good film that was overlooked for far too long, and obviously there's a lot of fans of it now. But this is an awesome addition. It actually came with 2 different slipcovers. And if you've never seen My Bloody Valentine, you have got to check this movie out. Basically, you have this miner named Harry Warden who comes back on Valentine's Day and just kills people. And he has a reason for doing that, and I'm not going to spoil that, but you need to check it out. And it's been 20 years since anything's happened in the movie, and he comes back when these teens are planning this Valentine's Day dance. But the look and feel of the town is very cool. I really dig it. I like the characters and just the 80s feel of the movie, but it's a great flick, and you can't go through Valentine's Day without watching this movie. It is great, and if you haven't seen it, you got to make that your top priority. That and Valentine for sure. Next up here, since I talked about that one, we'll talk about the remake, and that is My Bloody Valentine with Jensen Ackles, and I forget who else is in this. Jamie King, yeah, she's in here. I think Kerr Smith. It's hard to read. But anyway, this movie was directed by Patrick Lussier, who's directed some other good films too, but I actually really enjoyed this remake. It's a lot different. It came out in the 2000s, I think mid-2000s, 2009. I remember seeing this one in the theater as well, and I did see it in 3D. It had some 3D gimmicks, and it came out on, which the 3D gimmicks were actually pretty cool, and it came out on 3D as well. This is just the regular Blu-ray, the non-3D edition, which I'm totally fine with. It actually has a lot of special features on there. I was hoping this would be one that somebody else like Scream Factory or somebody picked up and released it as well, because it could use a better treatment. But same story, but they don't follow it exactly. It's its own movie, and it does its own thing, and you know, I thought it was good. It's a lot of fun, and if you watch the movies, make sure you watch the first one, then check this one out as well. A couple more here. We have Lover's Lane. This is a hard one to get your hands on now, but this is a great underrated slasher that I feel like nobody talks about. And this one is from the 2000. It was 99 is when this one came out. And it has a young Anna Faris. You can see her there playing a cheerleader. She's a lot of fun in this one. I really like this slasher film a lot. It kind of follows the trope of the guy with the hook, you know, stalking teenagers and stuff on Valentine's Day. You know, there's not a ton of plot to it. It does have a twist and stuff like that, but definitely check this one out if you can get your hands on it. Perfect watch for this time of year. Lastly here for these, and then I'll talk about some other ones. I think this one came out last year is when I saw it for the first time, from Uncorked Entertainment. It's only like 80 minutes. It's a quick watch. Yeah, 2019. And it is called Cupid. And it is exactly that. It is a Cupid flying around killing people. And it's stupid and awesome all at the same time. I didn't know what I was going to think of this because it was one of those $10 Walmart flicks, you know, but it was totally worth buying because it's totally worth. And if I can remember right, it's a British production. The actors are all British. But anyway, definitely check this one out if you just want to have a popcorn movie to watch around Valentine's Day. It's fun. I'm going to watch this one again this year because I've only seen it the one time and I had a lot of fun with it. So those are flicks that take place in and around on and around Valentine's Day. But now let's look at some honorable mentions as well. All right, guys, these are some honorable mentions, and I highly recommend these flicks as well. And these don't necessarily take place on or around Valentine's Day, but they're great ones to watch just because of the subject, and they deal with kind of love stories or romance, but they're still in the horror genre. The first one is Warm Bodies, and you know, you may laugh at this movie, but I actually think this is a good flick, and it's about zombies, and it's really good, and it's about a relationship between a zombie and this girl who's not a zombie, and check it out. It's a good twist on the zombie genre, and it's a lot of fun. Next up here, really good flick, Burying the Ex, and this one has Anton Yelchin, rest in peace, awesome actor, we lost too soon, Ashley Greene, and Alexandra Daddario. Fun flick. If you've seen Your Boyfriend's Back, kind of like that, but a little bit different too. It does its own thing, and I really like this movie. It actually surprised me a lot. So check out Burying the Ex if you haven't seen it. It's definitely darker than My Boyfriend's Back as well. So next up here, The Love Witch, kind of a love letter to 70s flicks, 70s horror flicks, Italian style horror flicks. Really good stuff. Check it out if you haven't seen it. Four more. The Loved Ones, if you're looking for something crazy that'll kind of, you know, it's crazy, but it's awesome. This is one of my favorite flicks. So great slasher movie. Check it out. It's amazing. Then these are 3 anthologies, I believe. First up here is Holidays, a fun anthology that has to do with 8 different holidays. The first one right off the bat, right there, is a Valentine's Day segment. So anthologies are great because if you just want to throw it in and watch the segment that's related to the holiday, you can do that, or you can just watch the whole thing for fun. This one also has a good St. Patrick's Day one, which is coming up too. So next up, you can't not watch Tales from the Crypt on Valentine's Day, because the Valentine's Day segment with Peter Cushing on Tales from the Crypt, the original Tales from the Crypt anthology, is amazing. So, and I just love the movie so much that I have to watch the whole thing. I can't just watch the segment. So definitely check out Tales from the Crypt. And it's totally appropriate for Valentine's Day. And lastly, this one is called XX, which whenever I see XX, like Kiss Kiss, I think of Nacho Libre when she's reading the letter from him and she gets to the X's and the O's and she's like, hug, hug, kiss, kiss, hug, hug. And it's Jack Black's voice that cracks me up. Sorry, but I had to share that. Anyway, this is a cool anthology. It's all female directors, like women directed all of the segments on this anthology, and it's a great one to watch around Valentine's Day, just because some of these deal with appropriate subjects for Valentine's Day, even though they don't take place on Valentine's Day. And it's a different kind of anthology, and not a lot of people talk about it, and I really dig it. So anyway, I know I went through all those really fast, but I wanted to just throw out some films that I like to watch around this holiday. And there's some good Valentine's Day horror flicks. I wish there were more. So people need to make some more Valentine's Day horror flicks for sure. But I hope everybody has a great rest of your week and a great Valentine's Day. And I'll see you soon for another special holiday that we'll be talking about. See you soon.